Anna had always known Mark had a strange obsession with purity, but she hadn't realized just how deep it ran until their wedding day was near. It started years ago when she casually mentioned an ex-boyfriend while talking about music. "Oh, my ex used to love that band," she'd said. Mark's face had crumbled instantly like a broken cookie. He couldn't believe she had dated someone before him, especially someone she'd slept with when she was 18, long before Mark had even existed in her world. From that moment everything changed. He would ask questions during dinner, sulk during romantic movies, and even stop in the middle of making out just to ask, "Do you still think about him?" It was exhausting. Where are you watching from today? Kindly hit like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more. Mark, it was one person. Years ago, Anna told him one evening as they washed dishes. "Why does this bother you so much?" I've never been with anyone else. It's different for me," Mark said, eyes watering. "I need time to process. I've never felt this way before." Anna believed him. She loved him, or at least she thought she did. So she stayed, hoping time would fix the cracks in his thinking. By their second year together, the questions stopped. The sulking disappeared. It seemed like they had finally moved on. When he proposed to her on the beach with his grandmother's ring, she said yes without hesitation, thinking she was saying yes to a man who had grown past his insecurities. That illusion shattered a month before the wedding. They were eating dinner when Mark suddenly said, "I was talking to the guys at work, and I don't think you should wear white." Anna laughed at first, assuming he was joking. "Oh, like, you want to go with Ivory?" He didn't laugh. He just stared at her. "I mean it," he said. "White is for pure brides. You're not." Her fork froze midair. "Are you serious right now?" Mark crossed his arms. "Everyone will think you're lying if you wear white. You need to wear red. People should know." Anna couldn't believe what she was hearing. After 6 years together they were back to this? He didn't stop there. "It's about tradition, Anna. I'm not trying to shame you. I just think we should be honest." "Honest?" she echoed, stunned. "So we're telling 150 people about something that happened before I even met you?" "It's different for men," he snapped. "You should have waited." Anna sat there staring at him. She felt like the man across from her was a stranger. He even dragged his mother into it, thinking she'd take his side. But to her surprise, his mom frowned and said, "Then maybe you should wear red too, Mark." He'd burst into tears at that. Real dramatic tears. That was the moment Anna stopped trying to make it work. Something in her heart just shut off. The next morning she played her part well. Calm, sweet, agreeable. "You're right, Mark," she said. "I should wear red." His face lit up like he'd just won a battle. "Thank you. I knew you'd understand." But in her mind, Anna was already planning his downfall. She was going to wear red, then so was everyone else. "Mark's paying for the whole thing," she whispered to her reflection later that day, slipping on her shoes. "Let's make it unforgettable." She made a few calls, first to the wedding planner. "We're switching to a red theme," Anna explained. "Mark wants everyone to wear red for the photos." It wasn't even a lie. He just didn't know what kind of photo he'd end up in. Anna spent the next week carefully calling every guest. "Hey, just wanted to share a small change. Mark's decided on a bold red theme for the wedding. He really wants everyone in red. It'll mean a lot to him." She laughed lightly on each call, pretending it was all about aesthetic. "Let's surprise him. Don't tell him I told you." Her bridesmaids were the first to agree. "If we're going down," her maid of honor said, "we're going down looking like queens." Even Mark's cousins were on board. One texted back, "Kinda weird, but okay, red it is." Nobody knew the real reason except Anna. She bought a new dress. A deep crimson silk gown that shimmered in the light and made her feel like fire wrapped in fabric. Twice the price of the white one, but worth every cent. "If I'm going to light this man's ego on fire," she told her bridesmaid as she twirled in front of the mirror, "I'm gonna look stunning doing it." The planner helped with the arrangements, thinking it was just an eccentric groom request. "Oh, I've dealt with stranger things," she said, waving it off. Anna just smiled and kept her real plan buried like a secret treasure. The day of the wedding arrived with warm sunlight and a cool breeze. Anna stood at the bridal suite window, watching red-dressed guests gather in the garden below. "It's like a field of poppies," one of her bridesmaids whispered. "He's going to lose his mind." Anna adjusted her gown and nodded. "Let's hope so." She'd instructed the planner to keep Mark turned away at the altar until the music started. He wants a dramatic first look, she'd lied. Keep him facing the front. It was all in place. The guests were seated. The strings began to play. It was time. Mark stood in a sleek black tuxedo, his back to the crowd, completely unaware. The music swelled. Anna stepped into the aisle, every inch the bride he never deserved. Red shimmered all around her, in the guests, in her dress, in the roses lining the path. Mark turned. His expression began with a smug smile, then confusion, then slow, creeping horror. His jaw dropped. "What the?" he muttered. By the time Anna reached the altar, he was vibrating with fury. "What did you do?" he hissed. Anna leaned in and smiled. "Exactly what you asked for," she whispered. "You said I should wear red." Then turning to the crowd, Anna raised her voice. "Mark taught me about honesty in relationships. So honestly, I can't marry someone who thinks my worth is tied to whether or not I wore white." Gasps echoed through the garden. Mark flinched. His mother looked stunned. His aunt covered her mouth. Anna stood tall. "I'm not ashamed of who I am. And I won't let anyone, especially him, try to shame me." Mark stumbled back a step. "You lied to me," he muttered. "You humiliated me." His voice cracked as murmurs rippled through the red-dressed guests. Then someone stood up, Mark's own mother. "Mark, you wanted to shame her?" his mother said, rising from her seat. Her voice was quiet but steady. "Like she's some scarlet letter in a storybook?" Mark's eyes darted around. Every single guest wore red. Every single person looked right at him. "She tricked all of you," he shouted, voice rising. "This was supposed to be a wedding, not some circus." "It was a wedding," Aunt Margaret cut in sharply. "And now it's a lesson." More people began to stand. Anna's parents, her bridesmaids, even Mark's friends. One by one they rose silently in red. Mark backed up. "This isn't how it was supposed to go." Anna took a step toward him. Her voice calm. "No, it's not. You wanted everyone to see me as less than. But all they see now is you." Mark's best man reached for him. "Come on, man. Let's just." But Mark twisted out of his grip and stormed down the aisle. People whispered. Some gasped. A few snapped pictures. He disappeared behind the garden arch. Anna turned to the crowd. "Thank you," she said, "for standing up with me. For not letting shame win today." The DJ stood frozen. The wedding planner looked pale. Anna exhaled. The silence was deafening. 20 minutes later Mark returned, this time holding something in the air. A firearm. Screams erupted. People froze in place, fear coating the air like fog. "Everybody stay where you are," he yelled, waving the weapon wildly. Anna's heart pounded. Her bridesmaids huddled behind her. Aunt Margaret grabbed Uncle Tony's arm. Mark's hands trembled. His eyes were red and unfocused. "You think this is funny? You think you can humiliate me like this?" Anna didn't move. Her voice was firm. "Mark, put that down. Don't tell me what to do," he screamed, turning the gun toward the crowd. Mark's mother rose slowly. "Mark, sweetheart, this isn't you. Sit down," he barked, pointing the gun at her next. "You betrayed me too. You were supposed to be on my side." "I am on your side," she said gently. "That's why I'm telling you this is wrong." Mark shook his head like he couldn't hear her. "She lied to me. Pretended to be something she's not." "No one lied to you," Anna said, voice shaking but steady. "You knew who I was from the beginning." "You should have known I needed someone pure," Mark whispered. Aunt Margaret stood again, eyes fierce. "Mark Matthews, you put that thing down right now." Mark whipped around to face her. "Or what? You'll give me another lecture?" "No," she replied calmly. "We'll all continue to stand. All of us. In red." Slowly more guests stood up again, this time with hands visible, showing they weren't afraid. Even Mark's childhood friends stood, silent and solemn. Mark looked around, face pale, gun shaking. "You're all against me." "No," Anna said gently. "We're against what you've become." His hand began to drop, slowly, like he was waking from a nightmare. His best man stepped forward, carefully grabbing his wrist. "It's over, man. Let it go." Mark didn't resist. The fight left his body like air from a balloon. He looked around once more, At the sea of red, the disappointment, the strength, and turned away. His mother whispered something to him as he passed her. He didn't reply. Everyone stood in stunned silence until Uncle Tony coughed loudly. Well, that was something. Laughter, nervous and shaky, rippled through the crowd. People sat down slowly, checking in with each other, unsure what to do next. Anna took a deep breath. We have music. We have food. Let's have a party without the wedding. The wedding coordinator blinked. Wait, really? Anna nodded. Why not? Let's call it a freedom celebration. Her maid of honor grabbed her hand. Are you sure? I'm sure, Anna said. He took 6 years from me. He's not taking today too. The DJ got the signal. Music filled the air, upbeat and fun. People started to smile again. Slowly they drifted toward the reception tables. Mark's mother approached Anna. Her makeup was ruined, but her voice was steady. I'm so sorry. I should have said something years ago. I knew something wasn't right. It's not your fault, Anna said and meant it. Guests began gathering near the buffet. The scent of roasted vegetables and wedding chicken filled the air. Mark's Aunt Margaret came over and patted Anna's arm. You've got more backbone than half the men I know. Uncle Tony offered to have a little chat with Mark, which Anna gently declined. Her parents wrapped her in a hug so tight she could barely breathe. We love you, her mom whispered. We're so proud of you. The reception looked strange, like a wedding but not quite. But maybe that was the point. Anna smiled. Let's make this day mean something. The photographer, to her credit, had kept snapping pictures throughout the chaos. He captured real moments. People hugging, crying, laughing. You know, one bridesmaid said, handing Anna a glass of champagne, this is the kind of wedding people never forget. Anna raised her glass. Not the memories I planned to make. Better ones, her friend replied. How many people can say their entire wedding stood up for them? Anna glanced around the garden, now buzzing with laughter and chatter. Mark had tried to shame her, and instead showed everyone exactly how strong she really was. The DJ announced dinner and guests started finding their seats. Some of Mark's relatives sat close together, whispering. Anna didn't care. That wasn't her problem anymore. She sat at her assigned head table, alone now, but surrounded by her bridesmaids like a silk-clad shield. To the bride who stood up for herself, one friend toasted. To the woman who refused to be shamed, another added. Anna lifted her glass. To freedom. To freedom, they chorused and they drank. The food was delicious even if Anna barely tasted it. Her hands still shook, but in her chest, there was pride. To freedom, they chorused and they drank. The food was delicious even if Anna barely tasted it. Her nerves still hummed from everything that had happened. Every few seconds she replayed the moment Mark turned to see the sea of red. The look on his face. The trembling in his hands when he returned. The weapon. Her voice holding steady. The crowd standing with her. You're thinking too much, her maid of honor said gently, nudging Anna's shoulder. Just trying to process, Anna admitted. 6 years. And it ended like that. 6 years of him not deserving you, her friend corrected. At least now everyone knows it. Across the lawn, the wedding coordinator walked over, biting her lip. Sorry to interrupt, she said softly. There's just a small issue. Anna blinked. What now? The cake, she said. It still has the bride and groom topper. For the first time in hours, Anna laughed. Take them off. Just leave it plain. Or better yet, do you have any red flowers? The planner smiled. I'll see what I can do. As she walked away, Anna looked around at the celebration she never expected. It wasn't a wedding anymore. It was something better. It was hers. As the coordinator hurried off to fix the cake, Anna noticed Mark's groomsmen sitting at a side table. They looked tense, huddled together in serious conversation. One of them caught her eye and raised his glass in a silent apology. She nodded slightly in return. Not all of them had known what Mark had planned. She could see that now. Some were just friends dragged into chaos. The sun dipped lower in the sky, casting golden light through the sea of red. In another life, this could have been the perfect evening. Instead, it was the end of a very long chapter. Dance with me, her maid of honor said suddenly, tugging her from her chair. Anna blinked. This is supposed to be my first dance as a married woman. Then let's make it your first dance as a free woman, her friend replied, dragging her onto the dance floor. Laughter bubbled out of Anna's throat, surprising her. Soon others joined them, her parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, even some of Mark's relatives. They danced like nothing had happened, like red was just a joyful color instead of a symbol of defiance. "You know the best part?" her maid of honor whispered. "He paid for all of this." Anna blinked. "He what?" "Every penny. The venue, the food, the flowers, the DJ. You said he insisted on footing the bill, remember?" She stared at her friend, then laughed again. "So the man who wanted to humiliate me accidentally funded my freedom party?" "Exactly." They twirled in the center of the dance floor, the red silk of Anna's gown swirling around her like a flame. Then her father appeared, offering his hand. "Hey, I always," Anna said softly, stepping into his arms for the father-daughter dance they'd practiced in their living room weeks ago. For a few minutes the world shrank to just the two of them. No drama. No Mark. Just a proud dad holding his daughter close. "I'm so proud of you," he whispered. Anna's voice cracked. "It took courage to walk away, Dad." "It also took courage to stay as long as you did," he replied. "Don't beat yourself up. You hoped for better. That's not a weakness. That's love." She closed her eyes, letting the warmth of his words soak in. When the song ended, he kissed her forehead and passed her off to Uncle Tony, who immediately launched into a wild breakup story. "I'm not saying you should punch anyone," Uncle Tony said, twirling her dramatically. "But sometimes consequences come with knuckles." Anna chuckled. "I think Mark's consequences are just beginning." "Good," Tony said. "Man brought a gun to a wedding. What is this, a soap opera?" One by one, family members cut in. Cousins, uncles, even Mark's own father, who offered her a quiet, heartfelt apology during their dance. "I should have seen it sooner," Mark's dad whispered. "We all should have," Anna replied. "But we see what we want to see." When the song ended, the DJ made an announcement. "Cake time." Everyone gathered near the dessert table. The cake, once topped with a bride and groom, now featured elegant red roses instead. The planner had outdone herself. Anna picked up the knife, alone. "Speech. Speech," someone called and others joined in. She took a breath and looked at the crowd, people who'd watched her world explode and still chosen to stand with her. "Thank you," she said, her voice clear. "Thank you for wearing red. For standing up. For showing me that I'm worth more than one man's twisted ideas of purity." The crowd erupted in applause as she sliced the first piece. She fed the first bite to her maid of honor, who promptly smeared frosting on Anna's nose. Laughter echoed around them. The tension from earlier melted away, replaced by joy and relief. Guests began lining up for dessert, chatting and laughing like it was a normal wedding. But it wasn't. It was better. It was a declaration. As Anna wiped frosting off her face, Mark's mother appeared again, holding a slice of cake. "I wanted you to know," she said, eyes serious. "I'm cutting him off. No more financial support." "You don't have to do that for me," Anna replied. "I'm not doing it for you," Mark's mother said. "I'm doing it for him. He needs to learn how to stand on his own. And maybe hitting rock bottom will teach him what I clearly didn't." She squeezed Anna's hand, then drifted back into the crowd. Anna watched her go, stunned by the gesture. Not everyone got that kind of apology from their almost mother-in-law. The night wore on. The coordinator lit candles at every table, creating a soft golden glow. People told stories. No one mentioned Mark. It was like he'd never been there at all. And that, Anna thought, was exactly how it should be. As the DJ played a slow song, he announced, "Last dance, let's make it count." Everyone returned to the dance floor, swaying together under twinkling lights. Anna stood in the center, surrounded by red. It wasn't pity. It wasn't sadness. It was unity. 150 people dancing. Not for a couple but for a woman who refused to be shamed. As the song faded, people began gathering their coats, exchanging hugs, promising to stay in touch. Anna's bridesmaids refused to leave until she packed up. "We're not letting you carry anything alone," her maid of honor insisted. They returned to the bridal suite to collect her things. The dress she had once planned to change into hung untouched. The sparkly shoes sat unopened in their box. The emergency kit her mom had packed was still sealed on the table. Anna stared at it all, these remnants of a life she no longer wanted. "You okay?" her maid of honor asked softly from the doorway. Anna nodded slowly. Yeah, she whispered. I think I actually am. Together they carried everything out in silence. A line of red-dressed women walking through the moonlight, carrying away the past, and heading toward a future Anna was finally ready for. Anna sat in the passenger seat of her friend's car, staring out the window as the venue disappeared behind them. Her bridesmaids chatted quietly in the back seat, going over plans to collect the rest of her things from the apartment. Anna didn't speak. She was too drained, her body heavy from the weight of everything that had happened. The red dress she wore felt like armor, powerful, beautiful, and now incredibly heavy. Her phone buzzed in her purse. She didn't check it. Not now. Not tonight. When they arrived at her parents' house, the porch light was already on. Her mother stood waiting at the door, still wearing her red dress, arms wide open. Anna stepped into her embrace and finally exhaled. Her father appeared a moment later with 2 mugs of hot chocolate. Extra marshmallows, he said with a warm smile. For nights like this. Upstairs, her old bedroom looked exactly like it used to, fresh sheets, her childhood stuffed elephant on the pillow, even the lavender candle burning softly. For the first time in weeks, Anna felt safe. The next morning, her bridesmaids returned with coffee and determination. They packed everything from the apartment in quiet coordination. Mark wasn't home, thank God. His car was gone. The place looked the same, but it felt different. The coffee mug she'd left behind. The bed they once shared. Everything reminded her of what she'd escaped. She left his grandmother's ring on the counter with a handwritten note. This belongs to your family. Within 3 hours, her 6-year relationship fit into 7 boxes and 2 suitcases. As they loaded the last box into the car, Mark pulled into the parking lot. Anna's stomach clenched, but her bridesmaids instantly formed a protective wall in front of her. Mark stepped out of the car slowly, still wearing the same clothes from the day before. He looked pale, hollow, and wrecked. He stayed 10 feet away, hands visible, eyes puffy. He opened his mouth, but her maid of honor cut him off with a sharp hand motion. We're leaving. You can go inside when we're gone, she said. He nodded and stepped back. As they drove away, Anna glanced in the side mirror. Mark sat alone in his car, head resting on the steering wheel. She didn't feel pity, just relief. Back at her parents' house, her mother had already cleared space in the garage for Anna's things. She'd also printed out a list of affordable apartments in the area, organized by neighborhood, price, and distance to work. For the next few days, Anna didn't do much. She rested, let her emotions catch up with her, and turned off her phone completely. When she returned to work, her boss pulled her aside. Take all the time you need, he said. We've got your back. Word had spread about what happened, but no one judged her. If anything, people treated her like a quiet hero. On the 5th day, a surprise visitor showed up at her office. It was Mark's mother. She looked worn out but kind. Can we talk? She asked. Anna hesitated, then nodded. They sat in a nearby cafe. Mark's mother slid a small box across the table. Items Anna had left at their house over the years. A sweater. A few books. Some photos. And on the bottom, an envelope with Anna's name on it. He wrote this the night of the wedding, she explained. Anna didn't open it. She just nodded, grateful but guarded. Then unexpectedly, Mark's mother added, he's in therapy now. Real therapy. Anna didn't feel much. Not satisfaction. Not anger. Not hope. Just distance. Mark felt like a stranger now. He made his choices, she said calmly. I made mine. That night, she found an apartment with a sunny kitchen and a tiny balcony where she could grow herbs. Felt like a fresh start. Her friends helped her move, filling the place with laughter, lasagna, and love. Her new life bloomed quickly. She danced in her kitchen, watched bad TV without apology, and slept deeply for the first time in weeks. One evening, her maid of honor gave her a necklace, a tiny silver phoenix rising from flames. On the 6-week anniversary of the wedding that wasn't, Anna returned to the venue by accident, passing it on the way to a hiking trail. Another wedding was taking place. Pastel flowers. White dress. Genuine smiles. Anna sat in her car and watched. She didn't feel bitterness. Just hope. She hoped the bride was marrying someone who saw her fully and valued her completely. As Anna drove away, her red scarf fluttered from her bag in the back seat. It had once been a symbol of survival. Now it was something more. A reminder that she had taken back her power in front of everyone who mattered. Her story didn't end in shame. It ended in freedom. Moral lesson: when someone tries to shame you into silence, stand tall, because owning your truth loudly can inspire others to do the same. Shame only has power if you accept it. Remember to hit the like button, comment and subscribe to this channel for more of